Morning, everyone. So we're here for our second maths lesson of the week. We're continuing with our learning about ratio. Now today, as usual, you've got your Fluent in 5 starters. So have a think which ones you want to solve mentally, which ones you want to use a written method for. Have a go at solving them on your whiteboards, wherever you're doing your workings, your home learning book, wherever you have been doing your starters. So pause the video and give them a go for me now. Good job. Let's move on and have a look. So the first one, 377 out of 40, suggested to be done mentally. But if you did it written, that's okay as well. And the answer was 417. Next one, 80 times 9, 720. Could have done 80 times 10 and take away 80. It's 720. Next one, 8,327 at 14,895. Equals 23,222. Probably a written method for that one because there was some exchanging. A quarter of 36 just means dividing 36 by 4 and then timesing it by 1, so it's 9. So you can do that in your head. And the last one, 73,294 at 79,569. I would have definitely used a written method there, so for 152,863. Hopefully we did okay on those. Right, so your learning intention for today is to use the, well, as we call it the ratio symbol, but it's a colon. So we're using a colon as a ratio symbol to show the ratio. Okay, so your star words are ratio and comparing again, looking at related facts, still thinking about for every when we think about ratio, and we've got the colon there as our ratio symbol. So instead of writing for every whenever we talk about a ratio, we can use a colon to show it. So 3, put the colon in the middle, 5. 3 to 5 is a ratio, and it basically means for every 3, there are 5 somethings. So for every 3 apples, there are 5 oranges, for example. But instead of writing for every and writing large sentences, we can just write a simple ratio like that. When writing a ratio, it's of vital importance that we get our numbers in the correct order. So instead, if we're not writing for every, we need to put our numbers in the right order. So the example above, if we hadn't written it in the right order and written 5:3, or 5 to 3, this would mean that for every 5 apples, there are 3 oranges, which completely changes the question. So for every 3 apples, there are 5 up here, and then here for every 5, there are 3. It changes it completely. So you need to be really careful you write your numbers on the correct sides of the colon. So just quickly on your workings paper on your whiteboard, I want you to write down the ratios using the colon symbol, the ratio symbol for these sentences. Okay, so quick pause. Don't need to do it in anywhere neatly like we're doing our normal question. Just really quickly, have a look and see, can you put the ratio symbol between those for me? Right, so really quickly, we should have had 5, the colon and 7, 3, the colon and 8, and 7, then the colon and 12. So you just replace for every and put the colon in between the two numbers. Good stuff. So in your home learning books, I want you to learn, use what we've learned, use what we've talked about, a bit of problem solving. Give these 3 a go. Once you've given them a go, come back and we will go through our answers together. If you can't quite remember as you're going through these problems, rewind the video and look through when we discussed the colon symbol and to show ratio and how we would use it. So pause it and have a go for me. All right, let's continue on. So first one, the ratio of red counters to blue counters. I don't know why it was a strange counter there. The ratio of red counters to blue counters is, so there are 1, 2, 3, 4 red counters, we write that first, to blue counters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so it's 4 to 5. Then the ratio of blue counters to red counters, it's asking us for blue first, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we write here, 1, 2, 3, 4, we write the 4 there, so it's 5 to 4. Then write down the ratio of bananas to strawberries. So bananas first, 4 bananas. Strawberries were a 2, so 4 to 2. Blackberries to strawberries. There are 5 blackberries. There are 2 strawberries, 5 to 2. Then we can write ratios with more than 2 numbers. So I wanted to give you this as a little tester to see if you could think it through. Strawberries to bananas to blackberries. Strawberries, there are 2 of them. So 2, and then our colon. Bananas next, 4. And then to blackberries, which there are 5 of. So 2 to 4 to 5 is the ratio. Then blackberries first, which is 5. Then our colon to strawberries, which is 2. And then to bananas, which is 4. So those were your ratios there. Last one. The ratio of red to green marbles is 3 to 7. Draw an image to represent the marbles. So I just drew circles and put them as the colours. So 3 red ones, 7 green ones. What fraction of the marbles are green? And what fraction of the marbles are red? So we can count the total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 is the denominator. I've got 3 red ones. So which fraction of marbles are red? 3/10. And then 7 green ones. Fraction of the marbles are green, 7/10. Your answer. So sometimes we'll need to think about statements that we're given or different things, and we'll have to use the ratio to solve problems. So the ratio of sheep to goats is 4 to 2. Which of the statements below are correct? So for every 4 sheep, there are 2 goats. So sheep to goats. So 4 sheep, 2 goats. So for every 4 sheep, there are 2 goats. That's true. For every 2 goats, there are 4 sheep. So sheep to goats. Goats are here, which is 2. 4 sheep, which is here. So that one's true. So for every 2 goats, there'll be 1 sheep. So I need to do some dividing here. So for every 2 goats, there'll be 1 sheep. So I want 2 goats here, and it says 4 sheep here, so not 1. So that's false. And the last one, 4 sheep, 2 goats, but it says for every 2 sheep, there'll be 1 goats. So let's make this 4 sheep into 2 sheep. So divide it by 2. And almost like we do with our fractions, what I do to one side, I've got to do to the other. So if that's 2, I've got to divide the other side by 2, meaning that that ratio will be 2 sheep to 1 goat. So that's true. I want you to use that because there are 2 more problems that I want you to think about and that you'll need to make use of. So in your home learning book, carrying on the learning that you've just done, here's questions 4 and 5. Can you pause the video, give them a go, and then we'll talk through the answers. So give them a good go for me. Right, now let's move on. So this one, tick the correct statements. There are 2 yellow tins for every 3 red tins. So if I almost ignore that bottom row, 2 yellow tins, 3 red, 2 yellow, 3 red. So that one's true. There are 2 red tins for every 3 yellow tins. Well, 2 and then 3, 2, and then there'd be 1 left, and 2, and then be none left. They've got the ratio the wrong way around. They've done it. They've read it as 2 here in the red when it was 2 in the yellow. So the ratio was 3 to 2, but they've read it as 2 to 3. So that one's wrong. The ratio of red tins to yellow tins is 2 to 3. Nope, because you can see 2, but not 2 to 2, is it? It's 3 red to 2 yellow. So they've written it's 2 to 3. It should be 3 to 2. The ratio of yellow tins to red tins is 2 to 3. So the ratio of yellow first, 2, then red, 3. Absolutely correct. So your explanation is these 2 have the ratios the wrong way around. That's basically what they've done. Next question. In a box, there are some red, blue, and green pens. The ratio of red pens to green pens is 3 to 5. Written right here. For every 1 red pen, there are 2 blue pens. 1 to 2, and I've written that here. But I know that I've got a red up here, so I can't have the 1 red, so I'm going to multiply this to get the red number of red pens the same, because we need 3 red pens to be able to compare to the green. So I multiplied the red to blue, multiplied the red by 3 to get 3, which means I've got to do the same to the other side to get 6. So the ratio of red to blue can also be written as 3 to 6. And now, because the number of red pens are the same, I can compare them all. So it says, write down the ratio of red pens to blue pens to green pens. So red pens, I've got 3. because in both examples I've got 3. Blue pens, I've got 6. And then green pens, when red is 3, I've got 5. So the ratio is 3 to 6 to 5. As usual, can you finish off by going on TT Rockstars and having about 10 or 15 minutes of times table practice ready for our return to school? Awesome. See you tomorrow for another maths lesson.